なんとかなったみてえだな。畳みかける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
All right, boys, so I assume this week is not going to be much. I think it's just going to be the Zenkai Awakening for our good friend Super Vegeta. Probably nothing else from there. Maybe a new gold equip. Otherwise, nothing much. Just because the Ultra is going to be right around the corner. That's how part 2 to part 3 always is. It's very, very short. This is why I always say Legends should start looking to part 1 and start filling in more content for the weeks, because the gap between part 1 and part 2 is so much longer than it is part 2 to part 3. They should probably throw in one other LF Zenkai, maybe a 1% Zenkai, a unique equip, just so those weeks don't feel so barren. Either way, Super Vegeta. This guy should have got a Zenkai Awakening a long time ago, but I'm very excited for this. I talked about how I really like the Ultra Super Saiyan form. There's just so much bravado behind, I'm going to trade every trait for pure power. I'm going to give up speed. I'm going to give up everything just so that I have to hit you just once to kill you. There's just something so epic about that. So the Ultra Super Saiyan form I always thought was really cool. And I thought they did a really good job of capturing the essence, the firepower of the form with this character. The only thing that sucked was the guy's kit. He doesn't have card cost reduction, and his gauge took way too long to fill. Thankfully, from the teaser that they said with this guy Zenkai, he can fill the unique gauge by using cards, getting hit by cards, and being on the field. And I think they said it also starts at 50% charge rate when it already started at 30 or something along those lines, meaning Vegeta should have a much easier time. Technically, this guy with the full unique gauge is a force to be reckoned with. I'm talking type neutral, which cannot be cancelled, level 2 card draw speed, and a lot of immunities to various disruptive effects. So Vegeta could be a beast if they do this right. And I think they will, just because this guy Zenkai comes at a time where the best character in the game is blue. They have to do this right. I really hope they do. Vegeta is just such a cool character. I think this moment in time deserves to be really, really epic. So either way, Vegeta's Zenkai, can't wait to take a look at his kit. But we're getting another raid, which is cool. I kind of find it funny that they use this Jiren. Like, how many EX Jirens do we have? What do we have, like 4 of these? There's this purple one. There's the blue one from years ago. We got, there's like a free-to-play sparking one now. Like, how many of these do we got? They're doing everything but making a new Jiren. It is kind of funny. But either way, more raids are always welcome, just because more people want to summon for the Gohan. I always get asked, oh, should I summon for part 2 or whatever? If there was a time to feel confident in summoning for an LF, it is the Gohan. My advice would be to wait, because the Ultra really is that close. But if there was an LF you had to summon for, it would be Gohan. That would be the one pick where you'd be like, okay, I can summon for him and not feel regrets down the line, because it is not very likely that Gohan gets power crept that quickly. And if he does, we got way bigger problems to talk about. I made a video talking about that kind of crap. Be sure to check that out too. Next, we got a holiday raid going against Champa of all things, with Gohan being the raid bonus character. And then we got this Hoi Poi raid PvE ranking event. Legends recently took away Chrono Crystals from the Tournament of Power because they wanted to change up how the seasons worked, how many runs you do at the thing. My fear is that they just decided, okay, we're going to take that and shove it here, and the only people that can get it are the people that are the highest ranks of the Hoi Poi raid. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully this just serves as another opportunity for people to earn more rewards. But this is cool. I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. Finding more ways to enjoy PvE, grind out different things is fine. Finding different ways to enjoy the game without subjecting yourself to PvP is fine. So I welcome this idea. Next, there's the guild versus guild stuff, EP. This is what the icon looks like for the raid battle, which is cool. And then there's a new equip. I know this pixel right here is Hit's face. So there's a piece of equipment with Hit on it. Odds are it's going to be something to help power up the God Goku and Hit. I would find it funny if this ends up being the equivalent of the Awakened Gold equip that Yellow Goku Black got. Because remember, that guy was deemed underwhelming. We get a gold equip, and it is so specifically for him, it almost feels like it was some sort of emergency patch equip that they made for him, except they got the idea wrong. They decided to double down on his offenses when everybody said, this guy needs to be more defensive. What the hell is this? Maybe they're doing the same thing here for these guys? I don't know. I think God Goku and Hit are pretty good. They just so happen to be ran beside the most dominant blue in the entire game. Really sucks for them. So either way, let's jump in game and see what Super Vegeta's kit looks like. Alright, here we go. This is the team I'm going to be using for him. Going to pair him alongside Ultra Namek Goku and the Gogeta, just because the green card, I don't have to worry about him getting sniped by Gohan right away, and we can get that little half Zenkai buffer from the Kakarot Goku over there. Vegeta, man, I'm very eager to see how good this guy's gonna be. I'm actually gonna pull up his old kit on a website to my left, and in that way I can make some very easy comparisons between what his pre and post Zenkai state look like. So here we go. Details. Whoo! 200k defense is okay. We're already looking good. Damn. All right, so Strike and Blast card. Same old reduced 30 key on Hit with both these. Very good. The blue card, we got massive impact damage. On activation, we will get 50 key, which is new. All enemy health restore minus 70%. This is the same. Also, destroy entire hand, and then based off the number of cards destroyed, you get a buff to the blue card. Yeah, look at that. If you kill your entire hand, you get 100% damage. That used to be 60%. Oh, look at that. You actually always had the key restoration, but that was tied to you destroying 2 or more cards. Now you just get it for free. That's good. The green card, draw card, that's the same. 50 key, which is the same. Charge unique gauge by 30%. That is up from the 20% before. Get 20% damage inflicted for 15 counts. That is up from 15% before. Special move cost minus 15. That's the same. Enemy... Oh, wait, his health restoration plus 15%. That's the same. And destroy 2 enemy cards. That is the same. So they really just padded him with a few extra stats. The ultimate. Massive impact damage on activation. Ult damage 40%. That is the same. Nullify endurance. That is the same. When the gauge is full, 30% ult damage, which cannot be cancelled, with 30% damage guard penetration, which cannot be cancelled. So the only thing that's new here is with the full gauge, you cannot cancel some of the ultimate buffs, which is fine. That's pretty good. If you ask me, I feel like this guy's Nullify Endurance should have been uncancelable on the ult. I feel like that would have been fine to give him. Either way, let's keep going. Main ability. Draw the ultimate. Restore health by 25%. Get 50 key. Vanish gauge plus 100%. Unique gauge charge plus 70%, which is up from 50% before. He gets 10 timer counts of cover and all, and he destroys a Dragon Ball. Everything is the same minus the unique gauge restoration. I would have liked if this destroyed a card to draw the ult. This happened with the Ultimate Gohan showcase, where he used the class of character that doesn't kill a card to pull the ult as like a convenience. We know that his Zenkai ability is for Red and Vegeta clan. I would have preferred if it was Saiyan. I think Legends is deliberately trying to avoid giving such broad tags Zenkai buffers now. I think they want to hone in on if it's a Saiyan that happens to be Goku, it's always going to be Sun family. And if it's a Saiyan that happens to be Vegeta, they go with Vegeta clan. I don't think we will ever see any green Saiyan or any Saiyan Zenkai buffer ever again. I don't think they're going to do it. I think they just find it too broad to use, which is a shame. Okay, but here's what really matters. This can go one or two ways. Either Vegeta actually is top 10 and he's really good with the multipliers to support that, or he's crap and they give him 100% damage guard and they just do him dirty like they always do with Vegeta characters. Let us see. Starter ability. Unique gauge is at 50%, up from the 30. 230% damage. Okay, we're starting off fine. Damage guard is 180. Okay, that's good too. It's not bad. I'm not gonna say it's good. I'm gonna say it's not bad. Remember, it could have been 120%, but no, it's at 180. That's fine. With level 1 cardio speed. Next, on entry, get a strike card. 30 ki, up from 20%. Unique gauge plus 20%. That's new. Him getting 20% unique gauge on entry on the field, I believe, is new. Yeah, that is new. Good. Next strike activated damage 80%, which is up from the 30% it was before. All enemy subcount plus 2. Yes, his little lock-in. If there are 2 defeated battle members, he heals 20% and gets 50% to the unique gauge. Those are the same. Every 3 counts this man is on the field, he'll heal 3%. That's the same. He gets 20 ki, which is the same. 20% damage, which can now be cancelled 3 times. Oh, look at that. It doesn't say that the damage resets after the character switch. So now Vegeta permanently retains that 60% damage should he be on the field for 9 timer counts. That's good. That's very good. Enemy damage received plus 10%. That's the same. Enemy arts cost plus 3. That is also the same. So the biggest thing is now he will permanently retain the damage, putting him at 290%. That's good. When he's on the field and the enemy switches characters, he gets 20% damage, up from the 15% he had it before. Ally subcount minus 2 can activate 5 times, which is the same. Reduce enemy ki by 20, that is the same. Reduce enemy strike and blast arts power by 10%, that is the same. All enemy big moves minus 30%, that is the same. Now it's time to see what these new passives are. Oh wait, actually no, this is the same thing here. When he's hit by an enemy strike or blast, unique gauge plus 10% and the enemy draw speed minus 1. If this was before the design philosophy change, I would have said this is unbelievably strong. This is what LF Kid Buu had with his Zenkai Awakening, and he did a great job of stopping combos. But nowadays, the way people get cards is by force drawing it. So reducing card draw speed might not be as powerful as it once was. When the unique gauge is full, activates 1 time. Ally subcount minus 2, destroy 1 enemy card. Return to standby. He heals 10% of his health. 20 ki and ally damage plus 20%, which is good. But this is where the new stuff is. Super Vegeta Ascendant. On strike or blast arts use, draw a green card 1 time. Unique gauge plus 15%. Also, if there's at least 1 special move arts in your hand, activation resets on count. Draw up to 3 cards if hand has 3 or fewer. Get 50 ki. So you're always retaining a full hand of cards so you can get the maximum damage on the blue card. That's clever. Next passive. When on the battlefield, an enemy activates an ultimate, Awaken Arts, or Rising Rush. Heal 15%, unique gauge plus 80%, damage guard plus 40%, and ally subcount minus 5. The unique gauge increase is the most important thing. This means if your opponent decides to Hail Mary a rush or an ultimate, thinking you don't have your vanish, this will rapidly switch it so it gets filled, and you get your vanish back so you can dodge it. That's kind of epic. I can't lie, it's kind of epic. Cover change is the same. Unique gauge. When the unique gauge becomes full... Hold on, where is it? You get your vanish back plus 100%. Oh, wait a minute. Oh! There's no limit anymore. Oh! Yo, that's sick. This used to be only 3 times. Vegeta can now constantly restore his vanish. For a character that is able to fill the unique gauge by 15%. Where is it? 15% when he uses a strike or blast arts. And when he shows up on the field, it's now at what? 50%, I believe? Sorry, 20%. Wow, that's actually really good. He can constantly restore his Vanish off the unique gauge. That's kind of sick. Nullify cover change for 10 counts. That is the same. Nullify element disadvantage for 15 counts cannot be canceled. That is the same. Nullify attribute downgrades that are normal conditions. Cancel attribute downgrades that are normal conditions, which are the same. Sealing enemy blue card, awakened, or ultimate arts. Seal the rush and main abilities. All the same, but very powerful. While the unique gauge is full, 30% damage and level 1 card draw speed. On return to standby with the full gauge, health plus 10%, sub count minus 4. Wow. I actually think they cooked here. Yeah, I actually think they cooked here. Because Vegeta, when he swaps out with the full unique gauge, he's going to have Lord substitution count. But every time he shows up on the field, he has a small little disruptive effect too. And because Vegeta is now able to fill the unique gauge when he's getting hit, it means there's more opportunities for you to swap him out to disrupt and bring it back on the field to disrupt. So when he shows up on the field, where was it? All enemies subcount plus 2, so they have that little lock-in, but there was the... So there's arts cost increase, enemy switches, there's going to be the key reduction, but Vegeta can constantly swap in and out with the card draw speed reduction. I don't know, that's not bad. I think he's going to flow pretty good. Wow, I'm actually looking forward to using him. I think they did a good job for him. Yeah, I think he's going to look good. Oh, I'm excited. He can forever restore his Vanish with the full unique gauge. That's sick. I always found it annoying that it was only 3 times, but now it's permanent. It's good. For the equipment. Where's that hit equip? Oh my god, it's a unique equip. Health restore 12%. Double defense. Double... Is that pure defense? Dude, they missed the mark. What the hell is this? 15% pure strike defense when tagged God Key and USS as a battle member. 15% pure blast defense when Rival Universe and Episode USS is a battle member. Yippee. There's a new Awakened equip for Gohan. It's probably cracked out. What do we got? Defense. Strike attack, blast defense. Pure strike attack and blast defense for Hybrid Saiyan battle member. Why am I not surprised? Do you know why they went with blast defense, by the way? Who is the strongest possible green, or who is the strongest possible range to best deal with Gohan? Yeah, that's right. It's the damn Gogeta and Ultra UI. So they decided, okay, we got to bolster the tankiest unit in the game's blast defense for those two. Cheeky devs, they don't want to let their Gohan get beaten up whatsoever. But okay, overall, I think they did pretty good for that Zenkai Awakening. I think Vegeta's going to look really good. So, this is going to be the showcase team. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you think. But yeah, I think they cooked with Vegeta's Zenkai. But until then, be on the lookout for the showcase. Peace.